Hi everybody, welcome back to another episode of Mr. Model Master. Today we're going to start finishing up our Star Wars Legion Shore Trooper figure. So we've done the base coat, we've done the base shading, we've done some top coats of the brown and the tan, we've got the black onto the rifle, so we're moving along pretty well. What we need to do now is add some shading to the pants. So I'm going to start with the strong tone that we used before and a small brush, and I'm just going to come in here and reapply the shading to the pants that we painted brown. And that shouldn't take you very long. It's a pretty small area. So just use a small brush, a small detail brush. We're going to get in there and add this shading back with the wash, strong tone wash. It's okay if you apply it liberally. We can dry brush later if we need to, or you can wipe some of it off. It's up to you. And you may also want to apply some back to the boots, especially on the lifted boot where he's running. If you see any spots over the tan where you feel like, I got a little too much paint there, I want to add some more shading back to that, that's fine too. Especially inside of like the rivets and armhole, little holes on the arm armor, like in here. Can add more shading back into that. Kind of apply it liberally and then wipe the excess off with your finger, like so. Make sure you guys can see that. So I just put a big drop over the top and then I wiped the excess off, and that pushed it down into the detail of the armor. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. I may just want to add a little more back over here to the side pouches. Okay, that's looking pretty good there. So next step is, these other steps are mostly optional. It's up to you. This figure right now is probably good enough to go onto a game, but there's still more we can do, especially the base. So it's up to you if you want to add these next steps or not. But on some of these style figures, they have other insignia and marks kind of denoting their rank. So you could paint right here on the arm. You could paint that spot red if you wanted to, and that would denote something. And then there's we could do a white stripe on this side right here. So I'm just going to use a little dragon red war paint, just a drop, a wet palette. And then we're going to just kind of apply that right here to the under armor piece of this arm. There we go. I want to clean my brush. And then we're going to do a little white paint. So I have matte white, war paint, army painter I should say. I mean, white is white, doesn't really matter, but okay. So then on this side, it's the top part of the armor, the shoulder pad, and we can just paint a white stripe along that. So, we have a white stripe going along there. And then we could outline the white stripe with 2 little black lines on either side of it. To do that, I'd probably recommend using like a pin, like an ink pen, with a really fine tip. And we may come back and do that later. Right now, we are going to work on the base. So I'm going to go back to the same dark brown color that I used for the pants, but I'm going to add just a touch of black to just darken it, make it more muddy looking. And then I'm going to paint the base. This is going to look like mud. So that just gets us some color on there. And it looks like mud, basically. Clean my brush. I use a mixture of water and alcohol to clean my brushes. I mean, on the cheap ones. The more expensive ones, you don't want to dry them out so much. So now you have a choice. You can either leave the base like it is, or you can make it rocky. You can make it sandy. I'm going to let this dry and think about it, and then we'll come back in the next video and we will detail the base of our figure.